It's not just about burning rubber on the track, it's about burning a hole in team budgets faster than you can say pit stop. Aerodynamic wizardry, turbocharged V6 engine, unimaginable speed, titanium halo, hybrid powertrains, open cockpits, open wheel, high-performance materials, advanced technology – all these features come together to define a Formula One car. F1 cars are like high-maintenance celebrities with a penchant for speed, reaching a level where cost becomes a secondary consideration. In the world of Formula One racing, where speed and precision are of the utmost importance, one question arises in the minds of curious onlookers. Why are F1 cars so expensive? Let's dive into the video. At around 1,050 horsepower per car, F1 teams like Mercedes, Red Bull Racing, and Ferrari are now thought to have the most powerful engines. The power an F1 engine produces is generated by operating at a very high rotational speed, up to 20,000 revolutions per minute, or RPM. F1 cars can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds. And according to Red Bull, the official fastest speed for an F1 driver is 372.5 kilometers per hour, a record set by Valtteri Bottas at the 2016 Mexican Grand Prix. But other than in an actual race, the full potential of an F1 car was seen in 2005 when the Honda team achieved a speed of 397.7 kilometers per hour. This experiment was conducted at a special location, the Bonneville Salt Flats, a dry lake bed where for kilometers around, there's only a plain field. When a large airplane takes off, its speed is around 250 kilometers per hour. But usually, the speed of F1 cars is so high that it is faster than the takeoff speed of an airplane. The technology used in F1 cars is based on the aerodynamics of a fighter jet. To be clear, there's no official word on the exact cost of an F1 car. The figures presented below are estimates based on insider information. With that said, the rough approximation of the price of an F1 car is $18 million. Well, that's called a perfect wallet roller coaster. A big reason an F1 car is so expensive is because of the large-scale infrastructure used to build the cars, such as the factories, machines, technology, etc. Hundreds of computer programs and software is used to process the enormous amount of data in F1. Once you factor in the salaries of the hundreds of engineers developing the car, the total amount of money spent on operations and development is massive, much more than the car is actually worth. Formula One originated in France in 1906. A race was held called the French Grand Prix. At that time, car races did not emphasize driver speed, but focused on driver endurance. Only after 1946 did professional racing begin in an organized manner. The F1 car, built in 1950, was much smaller than today's cars, with thin tires and helmets for driver protection. Today's F1 car is more advanced, and its production cost is naturally much higher. Over time, stronger helmets, biometric gloves, and tougher seatbelts were all introduced. Putting an exact price on a current F1 single-seater is extremely difficult, as each item's development cost varies. For the 2023 season alone, a team can spend around $150 million, including transportation costs and team expenses, excluding driver salaries and some other exceptions. Due to the high level of technology, research, and engineering solutions, Formula racing cars have a very high value that is hard to imagine. So, let's start. The most important and most expensive part of an F1 car, and that is the F1 car engine. The heart and soul of an F1 car is its engine. F1 engines cost the most because they require the most money and research. Bulletproofing costs range from $10 to $50 million. F1 currently uses a 1.6-liter 4-stroke turbocharged 90-degree V6 double overhead camshaft or DOHC reciprocating engine. I'm sure you expected the engine to be the most expensive, but you might not have anticipated it taking up 86% of the total cost. Engines are worth approximately $16.25 million. The materials used to make the engines are of the highest quality, and the manufacturing processes are highly specialized and precise, incorporating advanced techniques such as 3D printing and CNC machining. This makes the engine more expensive than a private jet engine, and the speed of an F1 car is often compared to that of a jet plane due to its aerodynamic effect. The wings play a critical role in the overall aerodynamics of an F1 car. They are made purely out of a material called carbon fiber, which is very expensive. Other parts, such as the front and rear wings, monocoque engine cover, floor, and everything in between, also utilize carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is a perfect material for F1 because it's extremely strong, allowing a driver to be protected, yet it's also very light. The F1 car rear wing DRS can cost around $77,000 to $136,000, and the front wing can cost around $126,000. The front and rear wings are highly sculpted and extremely finely tuned to the rest of the body. On a top-speed straight, an F1 car attains sufficient speed to take flight, if not for the downforce that holds it down. The chassis. The chassis is often the second most expensive part, costing around $629,000 to manufacture. The chassis is typically constructed from lightweight yet robust materials, such as carbon fiber. This ensures not only structural integrity, but also contributes to the car's overall agility. Gearbox. The gearbox costs roughly $314,000, made up of thousands of components. The efficiency is so high that an F1 driver can change gears in moments. Formula One cars use highly automated, semi-automatic sequential gearboxes with paddle shifters. The gearbox is constructed of carbon titanium, as heat dissipation is a critical issue, and it is bolted onto the back of the engine. Hydraulics. All F1 car hydraulic systems run hot, really hot. Typically, hydraulic pumps and valves are designed to run at around 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, so finding reliable components that must consistently perform at much higher temperatures would be a big challenge. The hydraulics are worth approximately $155,000 and control many different aspects, including the brakes, differential, power steering, gear shifting, clutch, and DRS. Barge boards. The barge boards help position airflow differently around the rear of the car, turning the flow ahead of its side pods and the floor for improved performance at lower speeds. Barge boards can cost around $126,000. The floor is responsible for about 80% of the aerodynamic performance of a ground-effect F1 car. Brakes. Carbon ceramic brake discs can cost around $69,000. Disc brakes consist of a rotor and caliper at each wheel. Carbon composite rotors are used instead of steel or cast iron because of their superior frictional, thermal, and anti-warping properties, as well as their significant weight savings. These brakes are designed and manufactured to operate at extreme temperatures, up to 1,000 degrees Celsius. Steering wheel. The Red Bull team spent $50,000 on the steering wheel and carbon fiber construction as the central control unit for the entire system. The wheel can be used to change gears, apply revs, or adjust the limiter, fuel, change brake balance, control the differential, power units, engine braking, and make radio calls. Data such as engine RPM, lap times, tire temperature, brake temperature, speed, and gear are all displayed on an LCD screen. The wheel hub includes gear change paddles and a row of LED shift lights. Fuel tank. The fuel used in F1 cars is fairly similar to ordinary petrol, albeit with a much more tightly controlled mix. An F1 car uses around $500,000 of gasoline during an entire season for practice and racing sessions. That is about 190,000 liters of fuel. A fuel tank will cost nearly $150,000 with a few mandatory maintenance costs. Halo. The halo is essentially a Grade 5 titanium structure above the car's cockpit, protecting drivers from debris flying off other cars. The halo is the strongest part of an F1 car, estimated to cost around $17,000. Originally weighing 7 kilograms, it is strong enough to sustain the weight of 2 African elephants on top of it. In total, 52 drivers have died since Formula One racing began, and this innovation has saved the lives of many drivers. Tires. Specialized tires, designed for specific track conditions and temperatures, play an important role in a Formula One car's performance. A set of F1 tires is worth roughly $2,700. According to the F1 Chronicle, during a Grand Prix weekend, a team needs 13 sets per driver, resulting in a combined value of over $35,000 per driver for every race. Operational expenses. Beyond the initial costs of building an F1 car, teams face substantial operational expenses. These include astronomical salaries for top-level drivers, huge investments in research and development, highly skilled staff salaries, engineers, data analytics, transportation costs for the extensive global racing calendar, and ongoing maintenance and upgrades. The costs associated with recruiting and retaining such talent contribute substantially to overall costs. Accidents, technical failures, and unexpected challenges on the track can lead to unexpected expenses, making it imperative for teams to maintain sufficient financial reserves. F1 companies keep improving their cars, and they spend a lot of money on them. As a result, the price of F1 cars is increasing day by day. Please like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest Formula 1 updates. Stay tuned to our channel for our next video.